Supernatural Spirits Magic School, Roll 2, Scene 1, Take 1.
Silence. So today we're going to go into spellcasting, making the energy fields to bring about your wishes. Here we've got our triangle of art, which produces the positive vortex. Here we've got the magic circle, which gives you the positive vortex, and there you've got your triangle of art, which gives you your negative vortex. And we're doing magic spells for the real world, and the real world is the south, so we've got it in the south, and it's pointing north because for the Argand diagram that's the physical realm. If we had it the other way around, it would be the south, which is -1, and that's the realm of spirits, well, the dead, etc. The dead and necromancy. So after we do the magic spells, we'll then have a go at some necromancy, calling up the dead.
In a graveyard.
In a graveyard, yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. With a magic wand.
With a magic wand.
Yeah. Business. So first of all, you get a bit of paper, and then you write on the bit of paper what spell you want. You can start off in English. So the first one might be Tim Refat becomes Tim Refat is destined to be a billionaire. And then we can add the caveat, which is billionaire now, not billionaire in the future, when £1 billion buys you a loaf of bread. And you write that on a bit of paper. There's a bit of paper. And we then put that in our triangle of art. Now, magic spells, there's two components of magic spells. The first one is getting 100% efficacy, which is to do with the death force, and the other one is the nature of magic spells, which is changing the multiverse to the reality where Tim Refat is a billionaire, with Marvel and Infinity Wars with the Sorceress Supreme using my stuff for her going back in time and changing timelines, which I've talked about on the Rent Show for years, and is the basis of magic. Because what you're doing, you're going from the timeline where you haven't got the billions to the timeline where you have got the billions. And in order to change timelines, we need to have a modus operandi to move between timelines, to flip to there. Now, the whole basis of changing timelines is to use the Higgs field. So the Higgs field is the thing that glues the physical fields together to produce mass, and it's like a Higgs field looks like a oops, no. That where that's 0, but the real world, the Higgs field's up here. So it's resting point for everything in the multiverse is above the 0 point. But this resting point can be higher or lower in other multiverses. So if we have a whole concert of multiverses, this value, which we call, let's call this Earth 1, differs from, there we are, let's have this one. Earth 2. And this say this is Earth 1 timeline and this is Earth 2 timeline. You then have to supply some Higgs field to establish that as your timeline. So you're swapping timelines. And what's the power source for adding or subtracting Higgs field? Well, of course, it is love. This ram's horn we talked about. Whoops. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you got one on the other side. That makes you the double ram's horn. So it looks like. Well, one single thing down at the bottom. And you find this energy field at the head of valleys. So if you go up to Devil's Dyke, there's a big ram's horn at Devil's Dyke. You go into Devil's Dyke and you douse that at the end. And when you douse lovers, you get that. Now, of course, you can have the ram's horn facing you, or you can be giving your love to the Elohim, or whatever other parasite sucking you dry. Elohim stands, douse them as an E. So what we do is have the ram's horn in the circle, and with the wand we apply the ram's horn to our triangle of art. So you get your wand standing in your circle, and if you're doing positive stuff, you of course bring it round and in a clockwise direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which might make you dizzy in the circle, to give you one of the ram's horn, and the other one comes in, which is anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'd recommend instead of 7 doing 12, because 12 is the number for the good stuff. So you come round with your wand and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this way you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this clockwise one gives you your billionaire ship. The other one, which is anti-clockwise, gets rid of all evil bastards who try and stop you becoming a billionaire and try and take your money as a billionaire. So it's all embedded. Similarly, we have the other ram's horn, which then uses the wicker couple, the damned lovers in the tarot card. If you look at the tarot card, you'll see a picture of the chained up lovers to the devil. So we need to have a designated, if you're a 007, because this is all 007 technology, the 007 stands for, in Illuminism, you've got 0, 0 and 7, and we've got 7 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circle, and the other circle, start it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is the ram's horn of love, hence 007. So an 007 is the Crown's occult psychic supremo that uses the ram's horn for controlling reality to make England rich, or in this case I've been applying it. We've been doing the video last week, which of course has stirred up the earth energies of Britain, and of course we've been kicking the shit out of the Europeans. Hence what is the thing most worshipped by English people? And it isn't Meghan Markle and Archie. Football, exactly. So if you look at the Champions League, are there any perfidious Europeans in the Champions League? No, it's only Liverpool and Tottenham, who miraculously, at the last moment, scored their 3rd goals. Look at the Europa League. Have we got any perfidious Europeans in the Europa League? No, we've got Arsenal and Chelsea. So as you can see, the technology's controls reality. Why does it control reality? Because this is the power of love, which is then linked up with the earth energy love, which is the dragon energies. And to the north of brightness perfect, because you've got Devil's Dyke, which of course is consecrated to the great Lord Lucifer, because it's called Devil's Dyke. Yeah. And what we're doing is then using this, so instead of doing endless incantations, going to the various positions, doing the Cabalistic blah 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 blah, we'll go through a Cabalistic ritual for you so we can compare and contrast, and then we'll go through an Egyptian one which is all sun based, and has to be done during the day to compare and contrast. But we're giving you the Lemurian Atlantean version, where they use crystals for everything, crystals which are wedded to the magician via the power of the ram's horn, which then of course can link up with the scalar and time-like vectors to bring them into the center, link them up with the full vector of the magician, merge them to make the sixth vector, which we talked about last year. That's why I did all the science before, so we can simply get into how to do it. So you write down the spell on your bit of paper. And we've gone round 12 times. The clockwise one to give you your money, the anti-clockwise one to get rid of every bastard who'd stop you getting your money. Because remember, every other being in the multiverse is getting in the way of you being the sorceress supreme, or sorcerer supreme, or in this case the 007. Now we can then of course go from low energy to a higher energy multiverse if we have a scapegoat couple. Two lovers who suffer and burn eternally to supply the magician or the adept or the ipsissimus. Well, it has to be an ipsissimus that has the grail state, in order to allow us to go from lower to higher, because going from higher to lower is easy, but going from lower to higher means that someone has to supply the love to raise the Higgs field. And if you can imagine a pair of lovers chained to the devil for all eternity, burning in hell, is the power source for up jumps. Hence the Luciferians are always having sacrifices of lovers. And you can see on the world stage you've got Brangelina, perfect power source for this. The A-listers couple who've gone into damnation. And one can also see with the quirky A-lister, the one that all the goths like, Johnny Depp, and the internecine bloodbath that is Amber Heard, Johnny Depp's marriage and divorce, which is still going on. He's now suing her for $50 million or something for ruining his career. He got the Pirates of the Caribbean gone. See, I of course had to build up a female, make a queen of the Illuminati, then get her to marry off to a Wicker Man scapegoat to get my own perfect damned couple, chained to the rhythm. So my designated damned couple that I use for all my 007 technology to do up jumps is Katy Perry, the beef burger, and Ratboy Bloom, the king of the elves. They of course are the damned couple that allow up jumps. So for that you simply bring your wand. I've got the big ones because I've got a big one. You can get these at seminars. The kit has the smaller one, and in this case size doesn't matter. we bring our wand around, and we're now going to do this. What we're doing then is downloading into here, so we can come round and bring it round. So we're coming round, you know, sing it up, round we go, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This time we do the 7 because 7's for evil, death, destruction. And then the other way. Yeah. So we've done that way round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can be in the circle and simply do your triangle of art, which can, you know, only needs to be inches from your circle. That way, of course, you've got the power of love moving the multiversal up or down. And since you've got the one coming in and the one going out, you can simply go that way to that way, or that way to that way. So all black magic, you're normally making things worse for people, so that'd be that way. When you're making yourself rich or younger, anti-aging, or making yourself super powerful or whatever, or the sorceress supreme, or sorcerer supreme, you can then go that way. So the ram's horn has it both ways. So you see, the power of love is the power source for magic. Now, how do we make the magic 100%? So we saw from last year that to make it 100%, you go between C space and H space, which is the I and the minus I, and in the middle, they match there. That gives you your death force. So that's why magicians are always sacrificing things, killing things, because when you kill things, you get the force that produces the 100% reality. So that then locks our multiversal Higgs field operation done by love into 100% effective. Yeah. And as one can see, psychicwarfare.com, which I am into big time, is the Psychic Assassins website. The Aria, it'd be Aria's website. Aria would be devoted to it. And Taylor Swift was in The Sun this week saying Aria's her favourite character, and her Reputation albums all based on Game of Thrones. So we know Taylor Swift wants to be Aria, and wants to be taught by the faceless man and the faceless god to be a psychic assassin. So psychicwarfare.com is Taylor's favourite website. And why? Because killing things, killing people, killing animals, killing gives you the 100% death force. Now, of course, Angelic Annie and Celestial Paladin aren't into my field of study, which is psychic warfare, but you don't need to go around killing things, because the wand and the orb, let's get an orb, wand and the orb are pre-packaged with the death force. But of course, if you're a witch, then witches can easily access the death force via the Hispanic pop princess Ariana Grande. God is a woman, so you can have God is a woman blaring, and you can have a picture of Ariana Grande as, from God is a Woman in your triangle. And we know we had the blood sacrifice in Manchester to produce lots of death force, all with her specifically tuned as the death force archetype for witches, goddess, you know, female power, they all worship the goddess. So as you can see, the 100% easily supplied, pre-packaged, and for witches who don't want to use my male-dominated psychic warfare death force, they can use Ariana Grande. then that, you know, it's all within the sisterhood. And if you feel that using the death force is not to your nature and makes you feel uncomfortable, then don't do it, and your spells won't be 100% effective. It's up to you. Now, why do we have an orb? Well, Colin Bloyd doused, when you get the Grail state, which we showed in the last set of films, which is the ultimate energy form for an Ipsissimus, an 007. That's why I can manipulate all this. The ram's horn outside could point it outwards, which when he doused the love, it went to a stone. I've simply used the other one, where the ram's horn, all love in the world comes to me, and then you have another stone. So this stone is the external stone for the damned couple, and this one, there's another Grail stone, which is the other one, which is the male one. Males are always inwards, me, me, me. This is the female one, which is all externally based. And of course you have to do a ritual to make one of these external Grail stones. So bought this in Hong Kong, giving me power over the British. And you have to buy it for a specific amount. So it cost me $5, 5 for 8. As you see with magic, everything has to be pre-programmed. Once you've done your magic spell, you can then put the paper on a little tripod and burn it in the Triangle of Art. Why do we burn it? Because in the Cabalistic tree, here we've got the correct Cabalistic tree. Every book in the world has the wrong one, so everyone doing Cabalistic magic, it's all reversed and destroys them, like Madonna and Crowley destroyed. He started rich and ended up poor. The 7 Sephiroth here are under the supernal triangle, and all these 7 are fire. So when you burn your spell, you are then inputting your spell into the Cabalistic triangle, 7 here. And it starts with, if you see, it starts with, there we go, there we are. We go to Mercy, the right pillar, which is Chesed, then Gabora, then Tifereth, then Netza, then Hod, then Yesod, and then Malkuth, which is the real world. So in the Cabalistic tree, the physical world, real world, is down there. That's the world of the mind, the psyche there. So burning it then inputs the spell into the Cabalistic triangle, because according to the Sephir Yetzirah of the Jews, it starts up here, circles around the world, torsion fields, goes into Chokmah, which is a stone, the so-called stone that manifests reality. Then water comes out for Binah. So we're doing the spell in the south, which is water. We've got the stone. We've got the circles around the world. The whole Sephir Yetzirah creation. And then we have fire to bring it down to Malkuth. So we're doing a Cabalistic ritual as well, without all of the super complicated stuff that is in occult ritual. So I go through occult rituals and you'll go, oh, you have to do that, you have to do that, you have to do that, you have to do that. So we compare and contrast. What we're doing is streamlining and making it much, much easier to do spells. And you can write any spell you like and do the ritual. You point it that way, north, for real world spells. Love, money, luck, anti-aging, health, getting a good job, etc., etc., or getting a Ferrari or whatever you like. Now once you've written it in English, you can then write your spells in different scripts. So the first one we can do, we can write it in Hebrew. And it doesn't really matter that it's not going to be right, because if you write Hebrew for the English, it doesn't mean anything in Hebrew, but we're doing magic spells, so we're just using different scripts. So the Hebrew language is used for Kabbalah, so we can write our spell in Hebrew. And as you can see, it doesn't even have to be the right spelling, it's the intention. So if you have a phone and you text people, the spelling isn't correct, is it? It's not correct syntax and spelling, same thing. So we're texting to the Cabalistic system using the Hebrew alphabet. And as you can see, there's our Hebrew alphabet. Then next, we can go to the Theban alphabet. And you can write the spelling Theban. And what you'll find is one of these alphabets will light your fire, tick your boxes, and be the one you wish to use. The next one we use Celestial Paladin's language, which is Celestial script. So he writes all his spells in Celestial script because he's the Celestial Paladin, see? So if you come to one of his seminars, he'll be able to go over celestial magic spells. And next, we come to, runic or futhoric text, which is for all you Thor, Norse god, Loki devotees. Or my favourite, the sister of Odin, or daughter of Odin. Who's the one that Ragnarok, the one that smashed Asgard up? We haven't seen that film. The goddess of death. So.
I can see her, I can't remember her name.
Yeah. Isn't it played by Kate Blanchett or something?
Yeah.
Then we have the Malachim alphabet. Which I think is good if you're into all the demonic type magic. Then we can use more.
Looks like that. Looks like that would be a favourite of Katy Perry.
Yeah, yeah,
The
for
netball.
yeah,
Chandelier.
chandelier. Yeah. Then we have passing the river script. So the river into Hades. So you want to pass the river. So that's good for anti-death type magic and rejuvenation magic, because the intent is stuck into these things. You're trying to pass death, aging, etc. So why we stick in these ancient languages? Because they just link into more and more of the archetypes. The writing of the Magi. Write your spell in the writing of the Magi. So all of you maguses out there, there must be many, many, many who claim to be maguses, you should be using that script. The next, for the Masons and Rosicrucians, there's your alphabet. There we go. Next, to when you're doing Egyptian magic, which is all based on the sun, all sun rituals, you either do it in the morning, at sunrise, noon, or sunset for the black stuff. So unlike Cabalistic magic, Egyptian magic is done during the day and is sun-based. Hence, I've got on my sun t-shirt. So of course, when you're doing your magic spells, you want to wear a t-shirt with the sun or Jupiter for the good stuff. I'll show you Jupiter in a minute. I've got loads on. So we've got the Greek alphabet you can use. And then we've got, see if we've got anything left. Oh, the Ogham alphabet. So as you can see, you can write your spells not only in English, but the English version of these alphabets. So when you're doing your spells, you can actually have a t-shirt which has had the archetype of the sun stuck in it, as we explained in the previous years, eye to the eye. Or, whoops, we can have Saturn for the magician. That's the planet for magicians. And then we can have, oops, another one on. I think we have, yeah. There's Jupiter. You got the actual archetype of the planet stuck in the t-shirt, and you're inside the t-shirt, so you're commanding that power. It simplifies magic tremendously. And right at the bottom, you've got fuck off evil spirits, I command thee, blah blah blah, with a pentagram, which you always use when the spirits become recalcitrant and become a problem. So you have that closest to protect you. And of course, since we're using the damned couple and the damned female, and that, I always have my, yeah, is it around here somewhere? 2, must be under this one. You get lost in how many? Oh yeah,
There she is.
there she is. See,
She's hiding from you.
she's hiding. Yeah, there we are. With the spell, which is bow down witches, even uber feminist biatches. See? So as one can see, what we're doing is simplifying magic incredibly. Let's go through the planetary correspondences, which are a must-do for Cabalistic magic. I love all this magic stuff. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that Celestial Paladin is an absolute expert. So when you come to his seminars, you can come with bookloads of questions, and he'll answer you with his encyclopedic knowledge.
I don't know why they were all laughing at me.
We're jealous of you. That's why. We're jealous. So here's the planets. We've got the sun. Its colour's orange. Its associated god is Adonis Apollo. Symbolic creature lion, sparrow, hawk. Planetary spirit Och. Description of planetary spirit: a king holding a scepter, a cockerel, a roaring lion. And for example, Saturn bearded king riding a dragon, elderly bearded man, crow dragon, people clad in black, colour indigo. Then you've got the plants, the metal. All of this is for Cabalistic rituals. Jupiter, blue Narcissus, oak, poplar, agrimony plant. We've got the planetary spirits, eagle, lion, dragon, bull, peacock, sword, planetary spirit, Bethor. All of this simply streamlined into a t-shirt. And we can link it up with the Cabalistic tree, because the sun's a Tifereth and Jupiter's Chesed, and the symbolic creature of Jupiter is the unicorn, which is, and Jupiter's the planet you invoke for money, material stuff. Hence Taylor Swift riding on her unicorn in her Me video, which is the Me video's Taylor's wish list of what she wants and is intending to get. The entire Me video is one giant magic spell, using the viewers to supply the energy with their love for the lovely, humble, super pleasant, quiet, diminutive, meek Taylor Swift.
I'll post that video in the video description so people can watch it.
So as you can see, we have to go through all these correspondences for Cabalistic rituals. With the Atlantean Lemurian upgrade by me, you simply stick in a t-shirt. And the t-shirts are available if you want to get them at workshops. So next, with the spell, we can tune it even more, because each letter has a numerical value. So we can put Tim Reefer is destined to be a billionaire. I hope someone's got a calculator here. So we start with the T. I'll get Celestial Paladin to add it up for me, because he's just a super genius. T is 4. I is 1. M is 4. R is 2. I is 1. F is 8. A is 1. T is 4. I is 1. S is 3. D is a 4. E is a 5. S is a 3. T is a 4. I is a 1. N is a 5. E is a 5. D is a 4. T is a 4. O is a 7. B is a 2. E is a 5. A is a 1. B 2. I is a 1. L is a 3. Another 3. I is a 1. O is a 7. N is a 5. A is a 1, I is a 1, R is a 2, and E is a 5. So then they're added all together. Yeah, so we finally got to 112 when I added up. Those two are morons. Which then condenses down to 4. Now the next part of magic spells is that if you're using the Western magical system, you use Dath, the 11th Sephiroth, that moves up and down. It moves between Keter and Tifereth, and in fact is the gateway for all this magic spell. So to move between universes, you use Dath, which is the doorway, and is look at the what it's called, Death Force. So as you can see, it's all in here if you understand it. So that's why there's lots of death, and for the Illuminati, the Pentagon is the death machine for Illuminati magic. And constantly, every day, CIA drones are killing people around the world. So there's a constant death force to be supplied to the Illuminati, and as the upline for all magic in Illuminism, why should I stop them? They're going to do it anyway. I'll just benefit. Makes me a billionaire. And as one can see, it's linked with vow knowledge, the male principle. So male magicians are the gateway to all the magic spells, which will upset the witches, but the death force is supplied by vow, the male principle, who can either die as a wicker man and be sacrificed, and giving the energy to the Elohim who've been farming humans, or he can be into psychic warfare like myself and collect the death force, outsourcing it to other people. So Dath is the gateway, and as you can see, we've got 3 pillars: the male pillar, the female pillar, and the central one, which is the spiritual pillar. Gives you the Abraham ritual, which is the green line, the white line, and the red line. It's a bit more complicated than that, but let's keep it simple for the time being. 3, which then links up with our triangle of art. Now let's compare and contrast with another occult book and see whether we have the correct Cabalistic tree. All the Freemasons, Illuminati, all the spiritual schools, Madonna, the A-listers, they've all been learning the wrong Cabalistic tree, and all of their magic has been reversed. So that is your standard Cabalistic tree that you'll find in every book. As you see, the left pillar is on the right, and the right pillar is on the left. Left is female, right is male. Now, if you say, well, we're looking at the back side of it, then that's a completely different Cabalistic tree. You're in the tunnels of Set and the shadow Cabalistic tree, which is all the dark stuff. And according to Kenneth Grant, the apostle of Crowley is the realm of the spiders, dark energy matter spiders. I've met them and killed a few in my time. Not nice things. So one can see the entire magical system, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Rosicrucians, the OTO, they're all booby-trapping their followers, and only Illuminati top people like myself, being the Crown 007, know enough not to be destroyed by the magic that you're paying. You're paying them big money, working up your Freemasonic levels. Eventually you might get into the 33rd levels of the Illuminati, join the Rosicrucians, join the OTO, join New Age movements, all wrong. Ha! Isn't it good? Ah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Well, until now, that is. Now who knows?
Sorry?
I said they were deluded up until now.
Yeah, but it's a bit late if you've blown your energy body to pieces by following these wankers like Madonna. She's, you know, totally blown to pieces. Now, why do we use the wand? Well, the wand links you up with the 7 dark energy matter multiverses. So it's even worse than that. You've got 7 dark energy matter multiverses underneath, which you can then do magic on, which then means your triangle of art will be moving to a different position. But we're not doing magic spells for a cult, super cult. We're doing it for your standard spells, which everyone wants: money, love, luck, etc., etc. And we haven't even gone into the spells to do nasty stuff to people. But it's the same thing. Physical, if you want to do nasty stuff to them in the physical world, you have this triangle. If we turn the triangle the other way, we're going into the realm of time-like space, spiritual, astral space. We're doing using occult terms. So that's for astral projection and astral magic, because you can actually do rituals in the astral. So instead of doing a ritual in the physical world, you can simply lie back in your circle, in an armchair or something, and do the ritual in the astral world. Have an astral circle, have your astral components of, but that's another story.